Your assets are not growing the way that you have planned it for? Unsure about where you stand at this moment financially? Or simply it's just too overwhelming and you give up planning altogether? Hi, I'm Peter. I've been doing wealth consultancy work for the past 10 over years. In my daily consulting work, I deal very often with people with similar concerns that I just mentioned. Many of them eventually decide to give up planning altogether and focus on building their wealth, hoping that their uncertainties will just go away. Unfortunately, it didn't happen most of the time, and they still face the same uncertainty even after their wealth has grown. After so many years of experience, I realized the core issue is a lack of clarity. Just like what this picture may suggest. If this man knew that the diamond was just so close, he would have just used his last strength to strike it, and thus he would have reached his goal. In other words, his financial goals. My vision is to give clarity to anyone who is open to my advice and work alongside with him or her to reach his or her financial goals. There are 3 steps that we do to ensure effective planning. To be effective in planning, the very first step, and I think you might have guessed, is to have clarity. Working with a leading fintech company, we are now able to see all your financial status in one single chart. Using that same chart, we are able to assess the viability of your financial goals and even able to stress test certain situations, like example, retrenchment. How a retrenchment might affect your finances. As such, we are now able to be more clear on how your financial status is. After we get clarity, the second step to effective planning is to start strategizing. And the strategies now we have will be so much more effective simply because we are so clear of where we are and where we want to go. The strategies are tailor-made. They are specially tailor-made for each and every individual. They are also multifaceted, meaning to say they are very creative. It is not just about if you need something, then you get something. Do you know, for example, just by changing the way you spend your money, I'm not talking about decreasing your expenses or increasing your expenses, but just by changing the way you spend your money, you can actually get up to $2,000 cash every single year. The third and final step to having an effective plan is to have yearly evaluation. You see, implementation is key to making sure any plan works, and yearly evaluation is critical. In our yearly evaluation, we are not just talking about a yearly meetup, but we are talking about properly recording down the discussions that we have. And that is important because with a properly recorded discussion, we can now bring it up for subsequent meetings and we can know exactly what we have discussed about and build on what we have discussed. So, yearly evaluation is important with proper recording. A nation is not built overnight. Our plans to reach our financial goal will take time to build as well. With our 3-step process that I mentioned earlier, clarity, strategy, and having a yearly evaluation, I've managed to help bring clarity to many people that I've encountered. And many of them, they are now on their way to reach their financial goals. How about you? Why don't you take some time to start planning yours today?